Coin collecting history is about to be made. We'll talk about the massive coin collection that is about to be put up for auction in this video as we explore. I love it when things like this come up in the news, especially major news. This is something that actually came through CNN of all places, as shared with me by Tony Erickson. And this is a $100 million coin collection that has been buried for decades, is now being put up for auction. This is big news, folks, in the world of coin collecting in general, and even precious metals enthusiasts can appreciate some of the history behind this, because among the items that are going under the hammer is a 100-ducat gold coin of Ferdinand III of Habsburg, which was minted in 1629. Now, that's just one example of the coins that are going to be shown up there for auction. But, for most of us, we stack gold and silver in order to preserve our wealth. That's something that we do. But, some of these coins being buried for so long are being done so because they preserve wealth. Gold and silver are timeless in that regard. So next time your budget allows, I hope you will consider shopping around for the best deals out there in the world of precious metals and have Summit Metals on your list just to see. You might be shocked and surprised that they have the lowest price. They've got great service and fast shipping as well. Elevate your wealth with Summit Metals, summitmetals.com. A vast coin collection, much of which was buried underground for more than 50 years, is expected to fetch in excess of $100 million at auction, according to experts. What's known as the Traveler Collection, thought to be the most expensive coin collection to ever come to auction, will be sold off over the next 3 years, with the first sale taking place on May the 20th. So they're going to take it piecemeal, a little bit at a time. Now, what you see on your screen before you here is not part of that collection, but I thought I'd showcase some things from my collection to you. All of this stuff really does not have that much collector value to it, but it is some ancient coins that I got for cheap over the years from different shops, shows, and the like, and a couple of just mercury dimes and the like, and even a modern piece of brass, just to add a little color and flair. Probably the most prized one here is going to be this piece here, which has actually become a lot more common as of late. But this is my oldest coin, anywhere between 400 and 500 BC. It is the Tetradam, if I'm pronouncing that correct. The owl, ancient owl of the Greek persuasion there, and so thought I'd show that in there too. But nonetheless, it's amazing what has been discovered over the years in the world of ancients and some of these valuable coins. But this Traveler collection is going to be quite a big deal, and it'll be interesting to see what coins sell first. And the fact that it's going to take 3 years to liquidate it all, well, people are very patient. Imagine if they were to offer it up in one lump group. That would be very interesting to see how that plays out. Whatever the outcome, though, it is the origin story of these valuable sets of coins that is so remarkable. It features coins from more than 100 territories around the globe, ranging in age from ancient times to, yes, even the modern era, which is why I'm showcasing different ages of coins here, just for your viewing pleasure. But what makes the lot set to be auctioned by Numismatics Ars Classica even more extraordinary is the fact that the majority of the coins were buried underground for a half a century. That's 50 years for those of you in Rio Linda. According to a press release about the sale sent to CNN, the original collector, who has not been identified, smart guy or girl, first began buying gold coins after the Wall Street crash of 1929. So they've been around for a while. And I can't tell you how many folks in this community started stacking after the financial crisis of 2007 and 2008. So it is a male, by the way, because he soon developed a taste for coins with great historical interest, beauty, and rarity, and eventually had his possession of around 15,000 coins. Now, Even of just the normal types, of how many of you have 15,000 coins in your collection? I tell you what, including modern sets like rolls or just things that you've collected over the years, like even some of these modern quarters and the like, we have a lot of this stuff in our collection. And I'm trying to think if I have that many coins, even of just basic nature in my collection. I very well might, I don't know. But that's that's a lot of coins, no question about it. The man and his wife spent the 1930s traveling extensively through the Americas and Europe, picking up rare and historically significant coins as they went, while also compiling a detailed archive of their purchases. Wow! To travel the world and to also take note and to be able to mark down and document where they've been and what they have acquired is quite impressive, no question about that. The pair eventually settled in Europe. Despite the dark shadow that Hitler's Nazi Party was casting over the continent, the collector must have felt the imminent threat. However, as the coins were packed carefully into cigar boxes that were then transferred into aluminum boxes and buried underground, where they remained for 5 decades. Again, that's 50 years for those of you in Rio Linda. Now, let's think about this for a moment. Burying them into the ground. This is a modern representation of exactly what happened in ancient times. Whenever there was fear of being attacked by barbarians or other groups, people would take their coins and bury them in clay pots. And a lot of this stuff, whether they be bronze, silver, or even gold, have been discovered years later and really in semi-decent condition. That's part of the reason why a group of these came afloat and came into market, and they could be purchased for really a very good, decent price. I got a really good deal on this coin. Still costs hundreds of dollars, but I digress. Just the fact that it was available and could be picked up and discovered is quite extraordinary. Notwithstanding, the coins that were purchased by this collector were much more rare and were sought out specifically, and so likely they're not going to be others discovered, although it is possible. But nonetheless, 5 decades where they have been buried. In other words, another example would be a 50 Toman coin, which forms part of an exceedingly rare set of Tomans minted in Tehran and Isfahan in the late 18th and 19th centuries. These are Persian coins, indeed, during the time where they were found, discovered, and as part of a collection. Those are actually square. The collection spans all geographical areas and contains exceptionally rare coins, often in a state of preservation never seen in modern times. Several types have been offered in a public auction, highlighting their considerable rarity, according to the press release. When they were finally retrieved by the collector's heirs, the coins were stored in a bank vault and later presented to the auction house for sale. Unfortunately, no further details have been made available about the hiding or discovery of the coins due to the family's request for privacy. Again, very smart by the family to be private about it. The collector's detailed records made it easier for the team at the auction house to research the provenance and value of the coins, some of which could be traced back to auctions of some of the greatest collections of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. Among the highlights was the 100-ducat gold coin of Ferdinand III of Habsburg, which is minted in 1629, who was the Archduke of Austria, King of Hungary, Croatia, and Bohemia. The release says, made up of 348.5 grams of fine gold. Wow, that's a massive gold coin. It's one of the largest denominations of the European gold coins ever minted. Man, incredible. Also featured is an exceedingly rare set of the 5 Tomans, as we talked about, and only 5 complete sets are known, one of which is the Ashmolean Museum of Oxford in the United Kingdom. Arturo Russo, director of the Numismatic Ars Classica, said in the release, the vast range of the superb quality of the coins offered, the sheer number of great rarities, and the fascinating story of the collection's formation will make these sales a landmark in the history of numismatics. David Guest, director of the Great Guest Numismatics and consultant to the collection, said in the release, when it came to the cataloging of British coins from the Traveler's Collection, I had to keep pinching myself to make sure I wasn't dreaming. One of which is a 5 guinea of George III dated 1777. It's valued at just about $340,000 alone. And it is, amazing. Not only was the quality exceptional, but many of the coins before him were types not known to have ever been offered for sale in over 80 years, and in some cases completely unrecorded. Wow. Now that is something else. So there you have it. What an amazing thing for sure. News like this is quite something else. I hope you enjoyed this content. I like to provide you with stuff like this from time to time. And I find it on my own, and others send it to me, such as the case with Tony Erickson in this case. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section below. Hope you found this video informative, insightful, and slightly educational. If you found it slightly educational, put that down in the comment section below, slightly educational. And with that, I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.